a lot of movement over the weekend with these comics. One book in particular, not a lot of collectors are talking about. So go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room, and I'll let you know exactly which book that is. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3, and we are back with another top 10 list and market update for you. Yes, for you, the wonderful comic book community. So make sure you slap that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, so every time we do a video, you guys will get that notification. You know what it is. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. So check your nonsense at the door. All right? Let's enjoy the hobby together. Now, we got a top 10 list that you're definitely not going to want to miss. One particular comic book not a lot of collectors are talking about. And hang around and I'll show you exactly what that comic book is. But starting off the list at number 10, we want to talk about Giant Size Dark Phoenix Saga number 1. All right, so here are the specs on this book. This is an Ivan Talavera version 1 in 50 variant. And this book seems to be doing numbers on the secondary market. This book is up 7% right now, and it continues to rise in sales. The last recorded sale for this book was $91. The average price for the raw copy right now is $86. Now, because this book is new, there is no graded information on it. So I'll keep my eye out for that as we move along into our comic book journey, all right? Now, there's been a total of 32 comics that have changed hands on the secondary market, with the all-time high for this book being a raw copy that sold on the 13th of May for $100. All right, so if you've seen this book, because it was just released, and if you want to add it to your collection, now may be a good time for you to pull the trigger, because Giant Size Dark Phoenix Saga issue number 1 is definitely moving on the secondary market. That Ivan Talavera 1 in 50 version variant, it's hot, and it may find itself in your collection. All right? On the list at number 9, ladies and gentlemen, I Hate Fairyland. Yes, one of the favorite comic book community reads is back on the market. I Hate Fairyland. This is the 1 in 25 Scotty Young version variant. I know when Scotty first dropped this release, he killed it. He killed it with this story arc. This book is currently up 6.59% increase in sales and continue to skyrocket in the upward trajectory right now. Last recorded sale for this book was $36, and that was for a raw copy. But the average price for the raw at the moment is $31. So as you can see, this book continues to increase in value. So it may be a good time for you to snag one of these while you can. We've had a total of 9 sales so far, with the all-time high for this book being $49 for a raw copy that took place back on May 16th. Now, fair market value has it resting at $31 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So if you're a Scotty Young fan and you hate Fairyland like I hate Fairyland, this book may be yours, all right? So watch out for it. And speaking of watching out, make sure you watch out for C3 over here at Keep It Comics. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If this is your first time stopping by checking out the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. Don't hate, congratulate. Hit that subscribe button. On the list at number 8, X-Force, issue number 2, the direct edition. Now, the hype around this book is that it's the first appearance of Weapon X, Garrison Kane, and it's the second appearance of our favorite guy, our favorite good bad guy, Deadpool. Absolutely. I'm a Deadpool fan. This book is up 4.31% increase in sales, with the average price for a raw copy being just $6. Yes, you could land a very nice book, a good book, a comic book, one of your favorite writers, cover artists. This book is going to be hot. for a couple of days now, so you might want to wait for it to cool off and then grab yourself one. But then $6, that's not a lot of money, right? Average price for the graded copy is $56. We had an all-time high for this book. Now check this out. Who would have thought that a book of this caliber might have gone for this amount of money? So that had to be some time back. But we had an all-time high of $4,600, and that was for a CGC 9.9 back in 2024. Yes, the golden egg in this particular book, in this issue, is in a 9.9, but fair market value has the raw copy listed at $6 for a near mint book. All right, so if you were in the market for X-Force, issue number 2, the direct edition, first appearance of Weapon X, and the second appearance of our favorite Merc with a mouth, Deadpool, keep your eye out for it because it's moving, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now, here's a book. This is a book that not a lot of speculators are talking about, but it's hot and it's up, and I'm talking way up. So it's a big book. So if you're able to get this book, you might want to take that opportunity to pull the trigger if you have the capital to do so. And I'm talking about Amazing Fantasy, issue number 15. This is the first appearance of Spider-Man, Aunt May, Uncle Ben, Flash Thompson, and it's also the death of Uncle Ben. Yes. Now, the crazy part is I've never had this book on the channel, right? But when I looked at it, I said, yo, and that's because of its value, right? So, but I said, yo, it's time for this book to get highlighted because not a lot of people are talking about this book. But this is one of our all-time classics. It's an iconic book. It's probably everyone's grail. And it's definitely up right now, right? This book is up 1,445% right now. So this book is way up. So if you're trying to level up, this is the book. This book will level up your entire collection, right? Average price for the raw copy in poor condition is $6,533. The average price for a graded copy in low to mid will run you about $20,680. We've had a total of 902 sales of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market so far. Get this, and I'm not trying to scare anybody off, but if you just happen to have this laying around in a shoebox or 12, we had an all-time high sell for $3,600,000. And that was for a CGC 9.6 that took place back in 2021, right? Now, like I said, this is a big book, so I had to go do a little bit more digging for you guys. And I found out that we've got 2,648 universal grades on the census. We've got 4 9.6s on the census. We've got 7 9.4s. We've got 4 9.2s. And fair market value has the 9.2 listed at $800,000. We've got 11 9.0s. So if you're looking to get this in a near mint grade, anything from 9.0 to that 9.6, and at 9.8, I don't know, that's woo. But that 9.0 is listed on at fair market value for $550,000. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, and of course, the lower hanging fruit is going to go for less. So if you're able and you have the capital to get your hands on a book such as this, now may be an opportunity for you to pull that trigger. This book is definitely moving on the market. It's changing hands, and collectors are not talking about this book a lot. All right, speculators are not talking about this book. So definitely keep your eye out for this book. Amazing Fantasy, issue number 15. First appearance of Spider-Man, Aunt May, Uncle Ben, who else? Flash Thompson, and it's also the death of Uncle Ben too. So definitely keep your eye out for Amazing Fantasy 15 because it's moving on the secondary market. One of Marvel's most prolific books. All right? Yes, absolutely. Good vibes only. On the list at number 6, ladies and gentlemen, comic book familiar. Let's talk about X-Men, issue number 282, and this is the first cover appearance and the first cameo appearance of Bishop. Oh yes, we've had this book on the list once before, and it was doing well then, and it's doing even better now. This book is up 5.49% with a total of 3,037 sales so far. All right? Average price for the raw copy is $13. Average price for the graded copy is $94. All right? So this is what it looks like. Would you believe that a minor key like this at one time sold for $515? That's the all-time high, $515. Yes, but I'm almost certain in today's comic, I'm almost certain in today's comic book climate that you're not going to have to pay that much for this book. So check it out if you're interested, because fair market value has this book listed at $13 for a raw copy in near mint condition. Now, I would prefer grab it in the best condition I can grab it in for a low price and send it out to CGC and have that value increase in that way, rather than spend the money for the already slabbed book that may be priced through the roof, so to speak, to put it so politely. Right? So, X-Men, issue number 286, Bishop's first cover, first cameo. It's moving on the secondary market, guys. Make sure you keep your eye out for it. All right, now we've made it to the halfway mark. So allow me to do what I always do about this time, and that's thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. And if this is your first time, please consider subscribing to the channel. It was no accident that you stumbled across, right? And that you stopped and that you watched this far. There must be something about us that you like. Hit that subscribe button and we'll figure it out as we go along. Enjoy the view, because I put that up for you. And as always, it's good vibes only. It's the original Keep It Comics guy. Not the pretender, not the imitator, but the innovator. That's me, your boy C3. All right? Hit that like, hit the subscribe. Comment down below. What do you think about that first stack of books that I just made highlighted for you guys? What do you think about those first rounds? And we're going to move into the second round, and I hope you enjoy these books just as much, all right? On the list at number 5, you might want to snag this book while you have the chance, right? Marvel Knights, The World to Come, issue number 1. This is the Joe Quesada surprise black and white variant, and it's supposed to be one per store. Supposed to be one per store. It's the first appearance of Ketoma. We have to figure out how to say it. We know how to pronounce it. Now we have to figure out how to say it. All right? And this book is up right now, 6%, and it continues to increase in sales. There's a big reveal at the end of this book. And comment down below, how do you guys feel about that big reveal? How do you feel about the direction that they want to take Black Panther in? So I like to chop it up about that in the comic book section. Now, don't get me wrong. I read this book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It got me excited. I definitely want to see that next installment. So I'm highlighting it on the channel. I want you guys to be aware of it. The last recorded sale for this book was $60, right? Average price for the raw is $60. We had an all-time high that took place. That was for $200 on June 7th, right? But the average price for a graded copy will run you right now about $170. Yeah, about $170. And as I continue to watch the market on this book, it fluctuates. It goes up and down a little bit. I mean, like I said before, I saw one person had it priced at about $500. I was like, yeah, never. But then you start seeing other books that were popping up. They were priced at about anywhere between $80 to $100, but they're starting to come down a little bit now, making it a little bit more accessible for you guys that don't like spending that type of money on a variant. But keep your eye out for this book, because it's still a hot book. It's still a good read. It's off to a good start. We'll know over the next couple of installments. I say like normally about 2 to 3 issues, you normally get the feel for what a book is going to really be about. All right, so fair market value has it listed at $60 for the raw copy and near mint condition. Nonetheless, it's still one of our favorite characters. It's still a hot comic, still a great read, so it's definitely worth taking a look at. Snag one for your collection while you can, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the list at number 4, we've got Mark Spears, Monsters, and this is cover D. Cover D, yes. All right, this is that New Mutants 98 homage cover with the trading card on the inside. This book has gone up 4% and it continues to rise in sales. It's a slow rise, but it is nonetheless, it's steady gaining. All right, last recorded sale for this book was $15. Average price for the raw is $15. Now, the average price for the graded copy will run you about $55. We had an all-time high that took place on May 26th for CGC 9.8, and that sold for $55. All right, so we've had a total of 46 total sales, and those sales consist of 45 raw sales and 1 slab. Yep, so there's 1 slab on the census right now for this particular book. All right, we had an all-time high, and that sold for $55. The fair market value has this book listed at $15 for a raw copy in near mint condition. Not a bad homage to New Mutants 98. I'm trying to grab myself one, so if you're in the market for one, now may be a good time for you to get your hands on it. Number 3 on the list, Wolverine, issue number 1. This is the Frank Miller Direct Edition, the first solo Wolverine and the first cameo of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, this book is all over the place. This is another one of those iconic books that continues to go up, go down, but it'll never go away. Definitely worthy of anybody's PC. This book is up right now. It's 7% increase in sales so far. And like I said, this book continues to go up or go down, but it'll never go away. Last recorded sale for this book was $200, and that was for a book that was CGC'd at a 9.6. Average price for the raw copy is $125. Average price for the graded copy is $471, with an all-time high for this book being $21. Excuse me, not $21, $27,000. Yeah, if we can get this book for $21, especially in the CGC 9.8, I need a lot of them. But yeah, the all-time high for this book is $27,000, and that's for a CGC 9.8. And after a deeper look, I learned that there's 24,824 universal grades on the census, with 1 cell for a 10.0. Yes, the 10.0, we have 1 cell. We've got 11 cells for the CGC 9.9, and there's 2,341 cells for the CGC 9.8. So if you're in the market for Wolverine issue number 1, that Frank Miller cover, keep your eye out for it. It's definitely moving on the secondary market. Classic book, iconic cover, definitely worthy of your PC. On the list at number 2, we've got to talk about Mr. Miracle, issue number 1, and this is that Nick Darrington regular cover. Oh yes, Mr. Miracle. Now, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not a big Mr. Miracle fan, but I can tell by the numbers that many of you are, because this book is increased in sales by 3%. The last recorded sale was $34, and that was for a raw copy. Average price for the raw is $23. Average price for the graded is $97. This is how I know that you guys are a fan of Mr. Miracles. We've got 585 sales so far for this particular book on the secondary market. I remember back when this book was dropped. This book was a super hot book, and everybody was waiting on it. And we've got 541 raw copies so far in sales and 44 slabs that has taken place, with the all-time high for this book being $145, and that was for a CGC 9.8, and it took place back in June. Back on June 12th, I believe. So, Mr. Miracle, ladies and gentlemen, this book is hot. This book is doing numbers. It has surfaced again. If this is a book that you want to add to your PC, now may be a good time. If you felt like you might have missed out on this book when it dropped the first time, now might be a good time. If you are just learning about this book and you're looking for a reason to purchase another good comic book, now might be a good time. because Mr. Miracle, issue number 1, that Nick Darrington regular cover, it's moving on the secondary market. So make sure you check it out. All right, everybody, we have made it to the number 1 hottest comic book in the universe. I'm your boy C3. Make sure you like, subscribe, share as we drop these videos and keep you informed. I'll tell you what keeps me happy. And that's good vibes only. Don't hate, congratulate. I do it for the love. I do it for you. I do it for the culture, baby. And I won't stop. I'll never stop. All right? So make sure you keep checking out the channel. Every time I drop a video, man, I love doing it. It keeps me going. I'm motivated. So don't worry. C3 ain't going nowhere. It's Keep It Comics, the original. The original Keep It Comics. They done switched the name up and, you know, added words, added letters. Yeah, it's all good. I don't care. We know what it is. Let's talk about the hottest comic book in the galaxy now. You guys ready? Because I'm ready. On the list at number 1, we got to highlight Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 1. This is the Kevin Eastman regular cover. This is the first appearance and the origin of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder, and Master Splinter. Drop some of Clue's bombs for that one. Yo, this book is up 5% increase in sales right now. Now, this book is quieted down a lot over the years, right? But again, these are books that collectors are not talking about. So speculators, they're not talking about these books. Why? I can't really say for certain, but these books are doing numbers. And I feel when a book starts to do numbers, it needs to be brought to the comic book community's attention. So I'm bringing it to your attention. Last recorded sale for this book was $8,611, and that was for a CGC 7.0, right? Average price for the graded copy, no. Average price for the raw copy is $12,955. Average price for the graded copy, $14,900. We had 220 total sales for this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. And back in 2021, we had an all-time high for a CGC 9.8 that went for $245,000. Yes, my friends, this book has definitely earned its position on, if not your top 10 list, definitely your top 20. All right? I did a little deeper dive, and I found out that fair market value has this book listed at $12,955 for a raw copy, and that's in fine condition. But if you're trying to level up, like really, really level up, there are 1,050 universal grades on the census. There's 24. We've had 24 sales of the CGC 9.8. We've had 36 sales of the 9.6, and fair market value has the 9.6 listed at $38,000. The 9.2 is listed for $19,000, and the 9.0 is listed for $18,000. So if you're in the market for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 1, first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, first Shredder, first Master Splinter, and all of their origin stories, keep your eye out on this book, because this book is definitely doing numbers on the market. This book is up 5%, and it's definitely worthy of anybody's PC. All right? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's your list. I hope you enjoyed the content. Comment down below. What do you think about that second wave of comic books? Like, subscribe, share, ring that notification bell. It's always good vibes. No matter when we show up, it's good vibes. If I see you in the hood, it's good vibes. All right? Don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, always keep it comics. It's good vibes only. I'll catch you next video. Later, Gators. As you know what it is.